Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. Eddie, what are you telling me, man? You good, fam? What are you saying?
I'm good. I'm good. Shout out to El Jefe as always for having me on. It's another sunny day in California. In it, as y'all might say. Did I get that right? In it.
In it, yeah, man, in it,
What do
yeah,
you say?
you got
What
it
did
right.
Rashford say? Sunny day, isn't it? Something like that.
So it's the Friday edition of the show, people. That's why Eddie is here live from the West Coast as well, slightly later. Well, not even slightly later, a little bit later than usual, people. But we're here. That's why I always have to double check the times, because if I ever change the times, I'll update it on the schedule. Please keep all your comments and your questions Manchester United related, please, people. As always, as I always state with Manchester United, there is so much to discuss. So, like I said, keep all your questions in relation to Manchester United Football Club, whether it's us signing Andre ONANA, that's now been confirmed, whether it's us trying to sell Alanga and Dean Henderson, whether it's the Hoyland rumours, whether it's the Amrabat rumours, whether it's a takeover. It's a question about the takeover. There's probably something else I'm forgetting as well. But make sure, first and foremost, people, you hit that like button. Make sure you bump up the likes. Make sure you do that. We're at 18 already, man. You know what I'm saying? And just under 20 of you lot in here. So that's good. Share across all of the socials as well. Please make sure you do those two things. Hit that like button, share across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell as well. Big up to Dennis here talking about. He said it's not Manchester United related, but he doesn't care. Mbappe for sale. I've told Dennis, I've been told you, man, that he's coming Real Madrid. I've said that from the jump that I think he is. Big up to Warrior J.
Man,
Good to have you back in the cut as well. Yeah, he's ending up there. I don't know any of the information, but I think that's where he ends up.
must feel good to be a big club.
Yeah, well, act like a big club. Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Big up to Warrior J. Good to have you back in the court. Big up to Alam as well, part of the family. Says run up the likes, people. Make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you sub to Alam's channel as well. Toronto Hoop Talks. The link's underneath in the description. Big up
I'm gonna need
Koala
to
J
be on
official.
that soon, Alam. Trust me, I love
Yeah,
that channel.
need you over
Keep
there.
doing your thing.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And that big up to Koala J, big up Eddie, big up Red Devil as well. Thomas B here saying Hoyland, Onana, Mason Mount, respectfully, isn't that risk central? Minus Mount, I don't think it is, personally. I think obviously there's an element of risk to pretty much 99.9% of players, unless you're signing somebody who is not only established and certified at the top level, but also get them at the right time. So, for instance, I never thought Casemiro was a risk, and it proved to be that way. But everyone else is a risk. You could say Martinez was a risk, Malassi was a risk, Anthony was a risk. The list goes on and on. You're not going to go and sign a Casemiro comfortably. So Hoyland, do I class as a risk? No. Onana, no. I think they'll both be good signings. Mason Mount's the only one. And then even then, what's the bar for him? It depends. What are you saying about this, Eddie?
Now that you broke it down, I didn't necessarily understand what he was saying, but you broke it down for me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about like risk in regards to
You can
as
make the
signings.
argument. You can make the argument for everybody not named Onana. I think Onana better for me just because of what I saw in the Champions League final. The Rodri goal ain't nobody saving that. You dig what I'm saying? And
Oh,
then
facts.
his confidence with the ball at his feet is something that I haven't seen for 13 plus years. Thank you, David De Gea. And so, with Holland, it's a risk. It is a risk. But like you said, Martinez was a risk. Malacia was a risk. If they're unproven and they're new talent, they're always good. You can always classify them as a risk, but you take educated guesses in this game, we took an educated guess with arguably one of my favorite players of all time, Paul Pogba. It didn't work out, but it was an educated guess because you saw him at Juventus. You saw what he can do. There's risk associated with every transfer because you never know until the player gets there how they'll adapt to what you're trying to put down as a club. So, yeah, you can say it for everybody. It is what it is.
Yeah. So that's legit. Like you mentioned it there, Paul Pogba. That's a great that's a great point to make, because on paper Pogba's not a risk. On paper, when you look at what he did at Juventus, he wasn't. But things like obviously the manager, players around him, system, injuries can play into the part. Because when he signed, I was like, this is a phenomenal signing. So
you would never have thought he'd be leaving on freeze, bro.
Yeah.
Even like when you signed him originally. Facts. Now, you know, I can't say the same for the likes of a Maguire, right? Because you look at those two price tags; they're damn near similar, but you know the talent is from like one side of the Grand Canyon to the other.
Yeah, that's fact. That's fact. You're right.
So that Maguire chance was a bigger risk than the Pogba one, and so like when it comes to the three names you put down, Mount is not a risk because we know what Mount is. I'm sick of people. It's preseason.
You know what? That's fair, because you know what Mount is. It depends on you. That's why I said it depends on what you expect from him. But I hear your point. Go on, carry on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, people, chill. Just let's chill. I know we're getting excited because we haven't seen football in a real long time, but all this, you know, already dictating what players look like. We played Lyon, we played Leeds, and we didn't really play with anybody. Maybe this game against Arsenal can give us a glimpse of what the manager was wanting to do. But if I'm a manager, I ain't showing y'all nothing. We might just look like we just hopped out of bed. All 11 of us decided to come and play here tonight. That's what I do if I'm a manager in preseason. And then I run them like dogs during training. Especially in this heat. Boy, it's hot all over the U.S. right now. You got them boys cooking. I know Lindelof sweated all the cheap ink tattoos he got on right now. I know he sweated them right off.
This guy, this guy.
Lindelof got them. If you look close enough, Lindelof got them prison tats.
I've never actually looked at his tats like that, so I can't even say so far.
Yeah, y'all peep that. I peep game. He better go get a touch up.
Yeah, this guy, you're a joke, man. I swear down. But that being said, ONANA will start there, family. ONANA confirmed, passed the medical. There's been a picture put out there, obviously him holding up the shirt as well. He's expected to join by the time we play our next preseason game, whenever that is, because I legit forgot that we played Lyon. Like that's how much I've not been paying attention. It's the next game tomorrow. All right, fairs. But that's why I added the title of this in particular show. How much could Andre Onana improve Manchester United? So just obviously we know your overall thoughts on the deal, but go over that again for those that may not have heard it. But how do you feel about how much he could improve us? Because you mentioned there, thank you, David De Gea, when you was criticizing him because we have a keeper who impressed you in particular in the Champions League final.
Yeah, and you know what it is with me, man. It's all about attitude. He passed the test. He passed the test.
Got you.
It's attitude with me, dog. You got to be a dog out there in them streets. Shit, the way sports is now, word to Pat Bev, it's a jungle out here, bro. And we talk about it like, you know, the millions that get passed. But at the end of the day, that's millions on the table. And how them brothers go out there and perform every freaking time dictates how much they can bring back to their own plate. True. With Onana, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not taking no shit from nobody. He's not. You know, De Gea was a shot stopper, but I feel like you could bully De Gea a little bit, if I'm being honest.
You don't have enough of that dog in him.
He don't have enough of it. Not to be a goalkeeper.
Okay, first.
Like even Allison. Allison looked like a choir boy, but Allison got some dog in him.
Yeah, Allison does have that fight in him. Yeah. Like he'll stand up type of thing. He does seem like that way. I get what you.
Ederson, same way. We know Ederson. Hey man, I think Ederson was in Fast 10 working for Jason Momoa. He was one of them ones in the whip. That's a dick, yo. This guy. They gonna talk about Ederson out here looking like one of them ones.
This guy, yo, you're an idiot. That's my life.
You know what I'm saying? Like he roll like it too, so. We got a dude who fit the bill, because you think about it, we got Casemiro, Varane, Lissandro, Onana.
I like that. Come on, huh? As a back, the central three, I should say, in defense, I do like that a lot. I do like that, and I didn't even look at it that way in regards to his personality.
Onana's gonna take some of the creation responsibilities from Varane away. Martinez will be there too.
I hear you. I hear you. I do see that part. Yeah, I do. For legit, I see exactly what you're saying in regards to that. That makes sense. Go on, family. Carry on.
And then you got now. Here's where it gets tricky. Here's where it gets sticky. Still, left back, right back.
Yeah.
Left back, right back. Now I heard people were saying, Wan-Bissaka improved. I guess he went from a fish on a bike to a fish in a pond or something like that. He ain't a fish in the ocean just yet.
Yeah, but at least he's in the right terrain. You know what I'm saying? He's in the right environment because he did. Like, I was super critical of him. Like, before, as not just me, everybody was. But last season, he was comfortably two things: one, our most improved player, and two, one of our most consistent players. I don't remember him having a bad game. Legit.
Yeah.
I can count on one hand like the amount. I can't remember any games where I'm like, you know what, Wan-Bissaka was terrible today, and that includes on the ball. There's no games where I'm like, Jesus Christ. Remember when we was watching, I think, was it the City game? And he went past two players and we laughed. It was me, you, and Taza. I think it was the City game. I swear it was the City game at OT. It was one of them games we played a big side at Old Trafford and he went past the couple man. And I remember us laughing like, check Wan-Bissaka out. Like, I don't remember him being a problem on the ball, I should say. Obviously, there's levels to improve. I'm not saying like he's the guy. We still need improvements. But I'm just saying he improved overall. But go on, fam.
No, because I'm listening, and it's like I'm trying to think back. I think you know what it is, just that PTSD with him. Like, I remember how bad it got before I remember how good it really is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like my, thoughts going forward. But I don't. Okay, then I'll give you right back. Still, that left back is an issue.
No, don't get mistaken. I would still sign a new right back today.
And so, yeah, that's another today. Question I have is like,
I'd still sign a new right back
today. What does Wan-Bissaka playing well for us look like, and how effective is it, right? Because it's like kind of like the same thing with Mason Mount. It's like, is he playing good because he's not making mistakes, or is he because he's actually making a difference? Like, there's a fine line between the two, in my opinion, right? Like, you can play the game and just play it, not make any mistakes. But if you don't do anything necessarily to change the outcome out there, it's just like you were just there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I think with but not even in saying that, right? ONANA could probably allow Wan-Bissaka to get further up the pitch. That way he can maybe receive the ball a bit better, higher. I don't, that's why I'm looking at ONANA is like he unlocks a lot for us.
Yeah. Like he definitely helps in terms of the deficiencies other players have. Or where them not, like Eddie mentioned Varane. Yeah, it's Varane getting the ball, not only getting the ball, but also not getting the ball in silly areas. I never forget when De Gea passed the ball to Varane when he was by the corner flag against Newcastle. And I think we lost the ball eventually. And then Newcastle ended up scoring. A lot happened in between Varane losing the ball and Newcastle scoring, or getting an opportunity either or, but he should have never have passed him the ball. Similar to when he passed Maguire the ball against Sevilla in that second leg. I don't think Onana's doing those type of things. So I think that helps Varane. It helps Wan-Bissaka. Helps whoever is at left back, whether that's Malacia or whether that's Shaw, and helps the wide players as well. Like, legit. So I hear fully what Eddie's saying. But yeah, in terms of how much could Onana improve us, a lot of the focus has been on his ability to play the ball out from the back, which I do believe it will be a tremendous help for us. And like I said, like I just mentioned, helps all the players out in the entire team, not just the defenders, but even the wide players in the forwards, because you're receiving better quality passes in better quality areas. But I think also defensively, it helps us a lot. And I think people and myself, because that was De Gea's weakness, we're focusing so much on that being Onana's strength. And because we were good defensively, we're not mentioning how Onana can improve Manchester United from a defensive standpoint, like us being able to play higher up the pitch. Because one thing we have at the back is pace and mobility. We just look at the players we mentioned with Wan-Bissaka, with a Malacia, with a Varane, with a Martinez. These are all mobile. Even Lindelof is not the quickest, but you know what I'm saying, can move. Sure, when he plays centre back, it's rare you'll see somebody just absolutely breeze past Luke Shaw, for example. And we could still go in the market in any of those spots, whether it's centre back, whether it's right back, whether it's left back as well. And I think that helps us so much defensively. Just Eddie mentioned like his personality and his attitude, and him just being a more dominant figure and just a more reliable figure and just communicating as well. Like there's so many times where a cross would come into the box and one of our defenders would knock it out for a corner, and then they turn to the hair and you'd see the motionless. Like he just wasn't communicating and speaking. So I think it helps us defensively, and we're already good defensively as it was. So now this improves us even more levels. So I'm all with it. I think ONANA is an improvement under here everywhere bar shot stopping. It's funny to see because De Gea is an exceptional shot stopper, even though he made mistakes. So yeah, man, I'm fully with the ONANA signing, like I've been stating from the beginning. And I'm just glad that we got it over the line and early as well. And it looks like we're continuing to do business, which is good. Yeah. But big up everyone in the chat.
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
Big up everyone in the chat. Continue to bump up the likes. Now over 40 people in here. We're at 27 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes, people. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Make sure you do that. Share across all the social media apps you are active on, people. Open up some new tabs. Let's get over 50 people in here. And like I said, subscribe to the channel if you are indeed new. You have to subscribe anyway to be in the chat, but make sure you hit the subscribe button, even if you're not in the chat. Hit the notification bell as well, people. We're at 7,249 subscribers. We're only looking for one more currently. Come on, in the next 5 minutes, there's over 40 of you. We're only looking for one subscriber. Get us to 7,250 as well. J-Dub says, in my opinion, ONANA is great, but I don't think he can play as crazy and come out again wild like he did in Italy. Man's got confidence and he could be something special. Here's the thing is as well, and this is going to happen. As soon as ONANA makes a mistake, which costs us a goal, which he will, like all goalkeepers do, the De Gea stands and everybody else. Well, not everybody else. Some Manchester United fans and rival fans are going to go over the top with the criticisms. Very similar to Ten Hag, like how when he lost, the Ollie stands jumped up and down, and rival fans went over the top, and certain United fans did. And when we lost our second game, when we lost the opening 2 games, and that will happen with ONANA. He's going to make mistakes, people. Just stick with him. Now, if he's making constant mistakes, that's the problem. The thing is to limit the mistakes, because all top players make mistakes, in particular goalkeeper, because where a goalkeeper plays, the position a goalkeeper is on the pitch, people, if they make a mistake, more than likely it's going to cost you a goal. Whereas if a central midfielder makes a mistake, for example, it's much less likely to cost you a goal. So that's why I don't worry about ONANA in regards to that. I'm glad he's trying things. Have the character, it comes back to what Eddie said, have the character and the personality to do those things. You're playing for Manchester United. All the GOATs and all the legends in this football club and all our players all made mistakes. You know what I mean? Peter Schmeichel made mistakes. I'm saying De Gea, even in his pump, made mistakes. Van der Sar made mistakes. And they're the best goalkeepers and most successful goalkeepers for Manchester United in recent times. And it's same for all the defenders, same for all the midfielders, the same way the attacking players missed chances and missed one-on-ones and things of that nature. So that's what it is. The key is to limit those things. Consistency is key. So that's why I don't worry about it. And to Koala J as well, who says, do you believe the manager's comments about Maguire, and do you think we're going to get another centre-back? And somebody actually dropped what the manager said, but do I believe the manager's comments in regards to, I believe some of it, not all of it. I don't believe that he thinks we have 4 top-quality centre-backs. I don't believe that, but I believe obviously Martinez is his guy. Varane, he plays. I think he thinks Lindelof's competent. I think he rates 3 out of our 4. I don't think he rates Maguire highly. No, that's why we've been linked to a centre-back literally all summer. And do I think we're going to get another centre-back? I'm not sure, but I think we'll attempt to get one. But you say the Axel Diassi links have gone quiet and he shouldn't cost too much. But I think we'll attempt to get one. That's my thoughts. What are you saying, Eddie?
When it comes to the manager, I never believe what he says. He's being honest, because he's just playing the game. That's the one thing I do enjoy about this manager. He understands that the media is one thing, this football is another. He said Ronaldo's in my plans. He said this guy's in my plans. He says that guy's in my plans. But we know if a suitable offer came and they can conduct business, they'd be out of there. It's what it's what I've been asking for this entire time. Complete reset. Get everybody out of there. And piece by piece, he's doing that. He started with the main staples, and he started with what he could get away with. Like putting Maguire not on the bench, but under the bench. Maybe sometimes you put him with the ball boys as well. So he can still be a part of the team, but not anywhere we can have a negative effect on what we got going on. Like he did that, and that was the first thing. Okay, here we go. Ronaldo situation happened. Now, I've had my issues with number 7, but hey, he's still my dog. He's still my dog. It was just where he was at that time in his career, people. It had me emotional. We was losing. He's still my dog. But he had to get up out of it. He had to get up out of it. He had to leave. At least he put the Glazers on Front Street like that. I appreciate that about him.
Okay.
But yeah, bro, like I'm looking at it. I don't believe it because I know. This is what I'll say.
Go on.
If he got an offer for Jadon Sancho tomorrow for like what they paid for Mount, you
reckon 60 M. So if someone drops 60 million,
he'll do it for 50.
You think 50 and then it'll be out there?
If he'd help him pack. He'd help him pack. I'm telling you. I see the vibes, bro. I see it, bro. He would get Jadon up out of here. Right? Who else? McTominay, Fred, definitely Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire. Yeah. Martial as well. That's
Martial. Yeah, bro. If you gave him the FIFA settings, just do it when I want to. Like there are other humans involved. He gets
facts. Just shift players. Yeah, that's what I do when I play career mode. It's just moved on. ASAP.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody's safe, bro. With him, nobody's safe unless he brings you in. Nobody's safe.
Facts. And this is what Ten Hag actually said. Everyone can understand that for a player it's disappointing. It can also work out very well for the team. And Harry, he's an important player. We have 4 centre backs. So that's what he stated about Harry Maguire. That's from Warrior J. And hey, Ed, you're right. Maybe in it, who says here in the chat isn't sure his 4th good centre back. You could be right, man. You could be right. 110%. Maybe he was talking about Luke Shaw. And Emma, this is a great point in regards to what we was talking about before when I was just talking about mistakes. And she says it's almost as if these players are human. Yeah, they're not robots. They're gonna make errors.
And even it's EA. What's it called? EAFC 24, dog.
Yeah, it's EFC. Yeah, but people know. Yeah, EAFC. But it's like even EAFC, the robots, the computer makes some mistakes. I play pro clubs. Sometimes the AIs will just do some stupidness. Will just do something and you're just like, huh? Like the goalkeeper will do a Mazza on one, but the players will just do a craziness, and it's like even that, and that's so. The way people talk about Onana, like he's not going to make mistakes. I don't know if that's if that's United fans who are fans of the hair and don't like the way he was treated. I don't know if it's rival fans. It's a mix of the two, just going over the top. Like we were having these conversations before he got here. Like he didn't even he wasn't even here at this point, and people talking about him making mistakes. It's about, like I said, limiting the mistakes. Don't come in and make 10 mistakes in your first 10 games. That's not the pattern. Now, if you make 1 or 2, say, well, all right. Like I said, Alisson, for a prime example, Alisson and Edison, who have been the 2 best goalkeepers in the Premier League for the past few years, both made mistakes. Alisson made a big one in the game when Liverpool got beat up by Real Madrid 5-2. Like, but the point is with Alisson, he limits those. The point is with Edison is limiting. That's what it is. I keep saying this. It's just consistency. That's my point. Like, if they're saying to question with these United signings is Mason Mount, because we watched him be inconsistent in this very league. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Big about
our context. To that point, he's probably the biggest risk now that I think about it.
On paper, yeah, because when you look at it, it's like at least Onana and Højlund are coming off good seasons. They're coming off good seasons where their confidence is high and there's that they're unproven, but they're unknown. We know what we're getting with Mount. Like, that's legit what it is. And people, someone in the chat, let me know actually what's going on with Kylian Mbappe. Because Malu here said Mbappe is available, head in the clouds right now. We need that. Yeah, it'd be great, but it's not happening. Let's just clarify that, people. I've said that from the jump. We're not signing Kylian Mbappe. Jez here has got Mbappe in all capital letters. Or well, that is not happening. We are not signing Kylian Mbappe. No, it's not.
Y'all didn't see Rashford taking them photos?
What photos was he taking? Nah, I missed it. Now, what photos was he taking?
His little signing photos in OT. He was taking photos in OT because he signed the contract. Hey, that's my thing, though.
Go on.
So they just did all this for Vinny, and where are they going to put him at?
You know what? That's one of them. When you remember, you always reference it from Friday.
Make it enough.
You say, make it enough. Make it work. This is Kylian Mbappe. They looking at it and going to Ancelotti. Make it work. It's like if we signed him, it's like, all right, Rashford, you play up top then. That's what it would be. Rashford, you go play up top and let Mbappe play from the left. Like legit. That's what it is.
What they gonna do? Like, who they? Yeah, well, that's their problem. That ain't us. That's their problem. We got bigger fish to fry.
Right, and you know what? That's a great problem to have. I'd love to be able to figure out in terms of how can I fit Kylian Mbappe into my side. That's a great problem to have. I will definitely try and figure that out, and I'm sure Ancelotti will have an idea when indeed it does happen, because I think it will, whether it's this season or whether it's next season. I see that happening as well. Warrior J here saying Anthony Elanga to Nottingham Forest will be completed by the end of the week. Fee close to 15 million to Manchester United. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. I see Eddie over there smiling, Lakers jersey on in the garden.
I'm just saying. I was going to say, what did I just get through saying? Nobody's safe, dog.
Yeah, you did say nobody's safe. Yeah.
We ain't seen Tellers in 2 years. Tellers getting up out of here. He sent his ass to Saudi. They about to send Bailly to Saudi.
Yeah, you right. Yeah. Smart. Nah, you smart. 100% like it is with this. Go on,
he sent Maguire to Greece if he could.
This guy, yo.
I said he sent Maguire to Greece if he could.
I heard you. You a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? Or Panathinaikos or something. You know what I'm saying? AEK, you're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. In regards to this, though.
No, Olympiacos.
This is a great piece of business, people. I can't believe we're getting 50 million for Anthony Elanga. This is great business. This is great business. For people who complain about selling, and I hear it to an extent, this is a phenomenal piece of business, because Elanga is not worth 15 million at all. He's not. And I think the reason why we're getting the major part of the reason why we're getting this fee for Elanga is because he's played matches. Obviously, he didn't play too much last season, but he played the season before. He was at a point where he was starting. So this is great business, and I got to salute whoever's involved for Manchester United for moving him on for that price, because he's not that price. He's not worth that. So, hey, salute. I'm over the moon. We're getting more for Elanga than City got for Lavia. I'm all over that. I'm all over it. So, yeah, man. Yeah. And like Eddie said, nobody's safe. Yeah, go on, fam.
Then we got to get rid of Caillou Henderson. Dean Henderson with his big-ass head. He got to go, too.
Yeah, because Dean Henderson. Can someone drop a link in the chat as well, people, in regards to what's going on with him? Because I heard that Forest want him on loan again, and it's not a transfer. I could be wrong though, but I thought I read that. I thought I read that on Twitter, but somebody please let me know. And yeah, King Yusuf made a point. He said 50 million for Elanga. South Amrabat side. Who else has he been linked to? Apart from Forest, to my knowledge, he's not been linked to anybody else. Not been linked to anybody else, to my knowledge. Not to my Let's see what else. And the Kai here says, big up Flawless and Eddie. How long do you guys think it's going to take for Manchester United to recover and be taken seriously in the transfer market? Everybody trying to finesse us. Dean Henderson situation. I think it's just 2 or 3 years of good business. Once you do 2-3 years, like, there's going to be the occasional deal that's a bit like every team has that deal that is not right. No matter how well you're run. It's about, again, like I was talking about, limiting mistakes. It's about limiting mistakes in the transfer market as well. It's the same type of thing. And so far, since Ten Hag's reign, minus Anthony, I look at all the deals, don't really have any issue with them. Obviously, this window, minus Mount, I look at ONANA, good price. Hoyland is price dependent. Amrabat for 30 million would be that as well. And then it's the same in selling players. I think selling Elanga for 50 million is great business. Like, Teller's a better player than Elanga. Oh yeah, mistaken. And look at the price point for him. I think it was like 4 million euros or something like that. I could be wrong, but he's put it this way: he's more accomplished, I should say, than Alanga. But hey, 15 million for Alanga, money for Tellez, moving on by his time, because even when you get in your small fees for these players, so say it's 4 or 5 million or a little more, like Alanga for 15 million, that adds up to your 30, 40, 50 M's, or goes to money for a Highland, for example. So yeah, I'm really all over it, man. I'm glad that deal's gonna be done by the end of the week, because we haven't really moved on anybody bar De Gea. So we've not moved anybody on for any money, to my knowledge. Yeah, and Emma's right. Yeah, Emma said, yes, Forest is requesting a loan for Henderson. We could do it, get a loan fee and sell him in January or summer for a higher price, possibly. And if we get a loan fee and there's like an obligation to buy or option to buy, that could increase his fee. So I'm with it. But yeah, like obviously I prefer to sell him, same way I prefer to sell Harry Maguire. But we move. What are you saying on this Henderson loan transfer?
So Nottingham Forest are playing Navas ahead of him, right?
Is Navas still there, or was he there alone? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, let me know, because if he's just going there to hold the bench, then we ain't gonna get no value out of that.
Yeah, that's true. But then also depends on if they pay us a loan fee, number one, and number two, if wages as well. Like that's what it is. Depends how much they're selling in regards to wages. Kaneki mentioned it as well. Is with McTominay, it's time to move him on. Yeah, we already know. Definitely time to move him on. Hey, over 50 of you lot in the building. Big up. Continue to get your questions in. Please keep them Manchester United related. If you do indeed super chat, we'll get straight to your comment or your question. If you want to make sure your question gets read out, people, you have to super chat, and then that way I'll make sure that myself and Eddie get to it. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. But let's bump up these likes. We're at 38 likes, people. There's now over 55 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 50 likes and hit that subscribe button as well. Let's see if we've actually hit this subscriber mark. We still haven't. There's over 55 of you lot in the building. I know there's one person who at least hasn't hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, people. What are we doing, man? Let's get us to 7,250. Yeah, Navas is gone. Yeah. Navas was alone. I thought so.
Yeah.
Navas was alone, so it makes sense. It legit does make sense.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what else you lot are saying as well in the chat. Try to think. So yeah, ONANA, we've got the Tellez news you mentioned. Where you stand up with Amrabat, fam? That's all, because it seems we're interested. We haven't launched a bid yet, though.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it. Hey man, I'm shameless. The more Africans, the better, you dig. So I'm all for it. I think in my world with our team, I play him and Casemiro together to start the game.
Okay, talk about it.
I play him and Casemiro to start the game. I don't want to have Casemiro just having to deal with all that by himself. I understand we got players around him, but they got other jobs and responsibilities. We have historically been getting killed in the midfield. Mm-hmm. And I just think that Amrabat, with his tenacity, better decision maker than Fred, can, like, a lot of things are working in our favor if they both play at the same time, in my opinion. But the problem becomes, then you give all that responsibility of Bruno in the middle of the park to create. And we understand that we don't really want that, because it's just everybody gets a souvenir, dog. Everybody's getting a souvenir. Ball boy, he came to the game with 5 balls. Somehow he left with 7. Somehow the ball boy came with 5. Somehow he left with 7 because Bruno was on the pitch. How that happen? Then you got to look out for the the people can the issue. So they get that close up view of the game. We got to put a barricade in there for them now because Bruno out there close to the goal. Like, a lot of stuff can go wrong if he gets closer to this goal. So I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, we put him in there, how it worked, but at the end of the day, it'll probably, even if we get Amrabat, it'll come down to Mason Mount and Bruno playing in those 8s and Casemiro by himself. But it's another player I'm excited to have come, bro. It's another player I'm excited to have come to the squad. Like the
Hopefully
better
it doesn't do
players.
that.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing. I told you. I'm gonna say it until you know how they do them photos of teams from like 7 years ago, and they're like, there's only such and such remaining from this team.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
want the whole thing to be empty. Like they just did that with Devin Booker, right? Devin Booker and his son's team that went to the finals, and it's like he's the last remaining player from that team that's currently on the Suns.
He's the only one left. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Him and what's his
big
name?
man?
DeAndre Ayton. Him and DeAndre Ayton. Right? So that's two. So from the Ali era and before that, if Rashford's the only one,
just be Rashford and Varane. They'll be the only two.
Not even Varane. I'm talking about like even before that, how long Rashford's been here, right?
Okay, yeah, got you.
Like I better not see Shaw in that picture. Shaw better be blacked out. That's what I'm on, bro. I'm the Thanos. I'm Thanos without the snap power. I don't got it like that, but I'm Thanos with it.
No. I hear you, fam. Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. And Ed says here on Amrabat, for now, the player is only interested in a move to La Liga. He would prefer to stay at Fiorentina if he doesn't get a good club. The source is at Santi_J_FM on Twitter. Not sure how reliable he is, but I've heard him get mentioned before. Will be interesting to see in regards to if this is, I can always state, if this is indeed true, no stress, Eddie, move targets and go get somebody else. Kai Fleming says, do you rate tomorrow's game or is it still a friendly match? Yeah, it's still a friendly match. I'm not paying it no mind. Even if we went, it was the Arsenal tomorrow, say we got beat 4-0 tomorrow. I mean, oh my God, we got beat 4-0 by Arsenal. The sky's falling. We're terrible. We're not going to do it. It's preseason. I look at the only thing I look for from preseason, obviously you want the players to get up to match fitness and match sharpness, taking on the manager's instruction, new players gelling with their teammates. And that's legit. And then maybe where the manager plays certain players, that can give you an idea. So all of a sudden, if over these next few games of preseason, Ten Hag starts going with a back three, or he started playing a 4-4-2 diamond, for example, it's like, all right, maybe he'll try that in the season. But other than that, I'm not really too fussed. I'm not going to celebrate win, lose, or draw. Like, it's a friendly match. It's all about the league games. That's what matters. We don't care about what happened last season and preseason. We really don't care. We don't. I keep it stepping. And Justin here, Madero says, think this will be the last crop of players essentially going for nothing. This happened due to overpaying players who underperform, thus hard to move on. Success with Ten Hag will improve the fees we get. And yeah, that's what people fail to realize. People will curse out our players, talk about how bad they are and they're shocking and they're terrible and they're big wages, and then wonder why we don't command big fees for them. Like people say, oh, we deserve a big fee for Harry Maguire, who hasn't had a good season in 4 years. Oh, we should get a good fee for Jadon Sancho, who's not had a good season in 2 years. Yes, there's other factors. Know all about those things. But the fact that them two players I just mentioned haven't had good seasons for such a prolonged period of time, including Harry Maguire, you're not going to get a big fee. We wouldn't go and sign a player who hasn't had a good season in 2 years. Not a chance. We wouldn't go and sign a player who hasn't had a good season in 4 years. We would not do either of those things. We wouldn't be asking for them. I'm saying let Frankie de Jong, for example, I use him as an example, fall off. We're going to be looking at him like, let's not get him. So why are we going to come? And if we did, it's not a big fee. We're not going to go like, all right, let's go and sign him for 60, 70, 80 million. Like, it don't make no type of sense. It really, really doesn't. Yeah. What happened? Go on.
It's so funny, man. Like, it's like people don't want to see the truth out there for themselves sometimes, right? Like, I was watching something, and a brother pretty practically said that because of how bad we've talked about Maguire, he's starting to play bad himself. Think about what I just said. This brother is playing bad because we're talking bad about him.
Excuses for me, you know what I'm saying? Hella excuses for me.
If that's the case, right? That's even more of a reason to get rid of you. Because mentally, you're not strong enough to deal with the issues that are at hand when you're a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. I mean, now, granted, I don't like it, right? But I think because we do it respectively, it's a bit different. But imagine having somebody who's never done your job at all come right next to you and tell you right how bad you are at your job.
Yeah, facts.
Only in sports you can get away with it. Only in sports.
Only now, in sports,
at least we speak on it because we have some idea of what actually goes on out there because we put ourselves in somewhat similar environments. Not, of course, the top level, but you've seen what high-level talent at football is in motion, like right in front of you. Even if like it's a divisional play or something like that, they're still nice. Like they can still give you the business if you disrespect them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
It's the same thing with basketball. Like, it's one thing to watch it, it's another thing to play it, and then it's another thing to play it with somebody who's incredibly talented so you can see the difference for yourself.
Right.
So that's just what it comes down to. Like, the mentality is a big thing. So when we talk about mentality with players, we're talking about commanding your space. That's what makes you a unique type of team in our book. Like, we have players whose head are like screwed on tight. Varane been in the most hostile situations, and Casemiro been in the most hostile situations playing football.
Yeah,
Anthony, ONANA, Martinez, right? So if that's who we're dealing with, and that's who's pretty much leading the charge, even Bruno to an example, I will give him his credit. He got dog. Yeah. If you're Maguire and people talking bad at you is enough for you to really regress as a player,
you ain't built for this. Yeah, you ain't built for this.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, you're not built for that. If criticism, if you're in the public eye and that's the difference. I agree with you, Eddie, in regards to what it would be like somebody who's never done your job coming and sitting next to you and saying how bad you're doing at your job. But when you are doing a job that is in the public eye and you're in the entertainment industry, that's just the side of the game you have to deal with. And when you're paid handsomely well, and people don't get mistaken, just because you're paid extremely well doesn't mean you deserve to be abused. Like, I believe some of the criticism of Maguire at times has been over the top. I've stated this. There's games where he's played and then he'll get criticized heavily, and I'll be like, forget not rating Maguire as a player. In particular game, he wasn't bad. Judge that game, but because he's been so bad. But he's not totally blameless in that, because when he comes out and says certain stuff, doesn't take responsibility. So like I said, when you're in the entertainment business, which is what football is, and you're in the public eye, in particular being at Manchester United Football Club, criticism is what's going to happen when you're not performing well. If you perform well, guess what? You are going to get very little criticism. That's why Lisandro Martinez, who plays the same position as you, isn't getting that. Let Lisandro Martinez fall off and have a bad season this season and a bad season the next season. What do you think is going to happen? He'll get criticized. Same for Casemiro. He'll get criticized. Rashford, etc. If you perform poorly, you will get criticized. If you perform well, you will get praised. That's why on the flip side, I don't hear that, because when Maguire was at Leicester, for example, and he weren't being criticized, this wasn't a problem. And like Eddie said, you got to have thick skin. If you can't take being criticized, do not do anything in the public eye. Don't even do what me and Eddie are doing right now, sitting on this platform talking. If you cannot take criticism, don't do anything. If it gets to you that bad to the point where you can't perform, or, you know what I'm saying, or it affects with your mental health, like heavily, and you take it to heart, brush it aside. Don't mean don't respond. It don't mean, you lot have seen it where people have come on there and talk rubbish. I block them and keep it stepping. It don't stop me from running shows or giving my opinion in the manner in which I do. And that's what you have to be, thick-skinned, because all players receive criticism. All players receive criticism, and you see it. Some players can take it and some players can't. Legit. Hey, big up to my guy, Dan Levitt, as well, in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, Dan. I know it's been a minute. Big up for the super chat.
Danny
Much
boy.
appreciated. Big up Dan Levant, man. He says, big up, guys. Been busy and different time zones here. Haven't been catching up the panel for a while. Been a wild month for me, but hope everyone's blessed. Good to see you. And no worries, man. I know you're in a different time zone. You over there in Thailand. So it's completely different time zones to where I'm at, where Eddie's at as well. But big up for the super chat. We're all good. Hope you're blessed. Good to see you in the chat. I know you always supporting. I can see here that you're still a member of the channel as well. So much appreciated, Dan. Every single time, man. Large up. And Emma, you're right. She says, get off social media, then turn off the TV or whatever. Facts. You don't like what's being said.
Shout out Dan. Good seeing you, my guy.
Yeah, definitely great seeing Dan. Don't read anything. Don't be on socials. Don't be on TV. Don't read no newspaper articles, especially when you're playing poor. But you know you're playing poor, so you're going to get criticized. You know. Like, that's it is. Like, legit, Bill. And Kaneki, what was it James Hammers? What was Hammers saying about Maguire? Because I know Hammers is, even if I disagree, I know he won't just make an illogical point. So I know he had reasoning behind whatever he was saying in regards to Maguire.
No, I don't think it was Redmond. I don't think it was.
Oh, was it not Redmond? Because he said James, I automatically assume. Which James was it? But big up Hammers Redmond every single time. Which James was it, Kaneki? Let us know, please. Exactly what he was saying. Yeah, like I said, certain people just gonna defend people regardless. Like, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else here. Not Hammers, is James. Which James Kaneki is that? I'm not sure if I know him or not. Because when I seen James, that's why I automatically assumed Hammers. But you lot continue to bump up the likes. We're 6 short of 50 likes, man. Girls up to 50 likes, people. 6 short of it. And we have hit the subscriber mark, 7,250. We're looking for 5 more subs, people. Girls to 7,255. There's over 50 of you lot in the building. I know there's at least 5 people who have not hit that subscribe button, people. Let's hit that subscribe button as well.
And we talking United right now, but there's something for every team, people. Every team you can think that somebody supports on this channel.
Oh, yeah. For those that are new here, yeah, thanks. Great segue. Yeah, people. So obviously you get the ManDem United podcast, which myself and Eddie are on here right now, but then there's the crossovers as well. So you get the Manchester United Liverpool show, you get the Manchester United Arsenal show, and then you get the Manchester United Chelsea and Spurs show. And once I find a suitable City fan as well, people, you will get the return of the Manchester United Manchester City show. But finding Manchester City fans is tough anyway. And in content creator space, it's even tougher, people. But yes, like I said, Manchester United show individually. You get Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then obviously Manchester United Liverpool show on Tuesday at midnight. That's midnight UK time. United Arsenal show, even though we moved it around this week, you get that Thursday nights at midnight, and then the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show, that's Saturday night at midnight. So you'll get that tomorrow. And that being said, because you didn't get the Manchester United Arsenal show this Thursday, so you didn't get that yesterday, you will get it today, people. Is it today? Yeah, technically today now, because it's Saturday. You get that at 10:30 p.m. But everything I just mentioned is on the upcoming live stream schedule anyway. Thomas B says, how much can you get for Harry Maguire? Probably about 20 M's. I could see us getting 20 M's. But I'll take 10.
Yeah.
I'll take 10.
Oh, that's what his name was? It was on a Saeed stream, Falls.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll have to check it. I'll have to check it and see exactly what he was saying. But yeah,
there was a couple of them dudes saying that thing about Maguire, which shocked the hell out of me, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Right, man's performed poorly and people want to back him. Yeah,
you know me, man. We want to get in them conversations. I keep the ammunition on deck. I got. Don't make me pull out, man. Pause. Golly, chill.
Yeah, pause.
My fault. I mean, with the homies just chill. We just chill.
Yeah, it's all good, fam. Ed says the club won't take a bid lower than 50 million, in my opinion. Now, I disagree. I think initially they stated that. Then it got lowered to 40 million. These is all reports. So I can definitely 110% see us taking 30 million, 20 million for him. But you got to give yourself some negotiation. So if you start at 40 million, be willing to lower it to 30 million, 20 million, etc., etc. But yeah, we'll see what go on. We will. He's saying if we give Maguire respect and time, he'd prove us wrong. How much more time does he need? He's been here almost half a decade. How much time do you want to give him?
That's what I like. He's been captain for like 2 years, right?
Yeah, like how much time do we need to give him before you're just like, all right, no, you've been here. He's going into his 5th season. That is half a decade, people. How much more time do we need to give him? You've had ample opportunity to perform well, similar to a Jadon Sancho. He's obviously had a lot less time than Maguire, and he's more talented than Maguire, but he's had ample opportunity to do his thing. Same way with people already willing to write off Anthony. Like I've said with Anthony, I'll give him this season. But then once you've had 2 seasons, you get 2 seasons max from me, and then I can gauge where you're at, where your levels at, your current levels at, where I think you can go in terms of levels and ceiling. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, Emma said it there. Maguire's almost there. He doesn't really have time. But yeah, Eddie, your thoughts on that actually in regards to, yeah, we'll go Anthony and then Sancho. I'll be back in 1 sec. But yeah, speak on those 2 things, and you lot continue to get your questions in, Anthony and Sancho, in regards to how you see the season for 2 of those players coming up, because they're 2 seems polarizing figures.
They need, this is their make or break season. Definitely in Sancho's case, I think Anthony has enough backing from the manager for him to get another season. But with regards to Sancho, you know, it's unfortunate because when you heard he was coming to the club, the excitement was like crazy. Then you kind of see what can happen when a player gets mismanaged and turmoil is all around him. He can lose that confidence. He can lose kind of that boldness to play his brand of football. And because we didn't have a plan with Ollie, you look at a lot of these Ollie players, but him especially, because he's at such a young age, he was playing a lot of bad football. And it's at this point in time where I don't know if he's worth saving because of where we're trying to go, right? I enjoy him as a player a whole lot. I want him to stay, but I'm looking at the big picture, people, and I can't see him staying out like the way it's going for him personally, because I'm looking at opportunity. The manager has shown you, in my opinion, that he has more faith in Rashford and Garnacho coming off from the left. He's getting a striker as we speak right now in Holland. Might look for a second one. Who knows? Maybe they throw a big bag at Kane. Off the right is Anthony. And I guess maybe in a perfect world, him and Anthony are fighting for that right wing position. But yeah, I just don't see where he plays. And again, Flawless will tell you, I'm one of the biggest fans of his on this channel. But succeed, it's one of those situations where you think you can kind of project to where he'll be like, what he'll be like this upcoming season. And people, I can't really tell you. I'm being real. I can't tell you how he's going to perform, what he's going to be like this season. So we'll see with Sancho. Anthony, it's another scary subject because I struggle to see it as well. And over there, like, I think it was 5 goals, 2 assists, maybe. Not the best of moments, but who knows, man? Who knows? Get y'all questions in. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. Center backs last longer than others. Oh, y'all probably talking about something in the chat. But yeah, get y'all questions in. Get y'all questions in. What maybe we have to sort out that front 3. We have to, because I can't go through another season of Rashford playing outside of himself and us thinking that can come back again in that manner. It's tough, man. It's tough to depend on one player to do so much. So, Sancho, Anthony, I need at least 10 goals. Yeah, what's a good? We say 10 in all comps, people. Put in the chat and don't get outrageous. All comps, how many goals and assists for the both of them?
Yeah, if I'm blessed for that. Blessed for that.
No worries, no worries.
Holding it down. In regards to yeah, obviously I was still listening in regards to what you were saying, and you back, like you said, you're a fan of Anthony and a fan of Sancho, and I do echo that in regards to I just don't see Sancho getting a consistent run somewhere in the team to improve. Anthony, I think we'll get a shot, but this is something I wanted to get to actually. Because you was in the chat when was on the episode. It was me and Ivorian. So yeah, yesterday, well Thursday technically, because it's Saturday now technically. Højlund, where do you stand on him? Because some people are talking about his lack of goals. So I was out there. My pushback on that was, yeah, I would like him to score more goals, but I also want him to just to make the team overall better. I want him to make individuals around him better and be a foil. But what are you saying?
Look, as long as he's not Weghorst, I'm okay.
You're just saying get me better than Weghorst.
Yeah. For this season, get me better than Weghorst. That means goals and assists, man. Like, if it's like 10-5, you dig? Like 10 goals, 5 assists type stats, like, I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is what we saw from these two wingers, like this last season. That I can't deal with. Like those numbers, brother, they look like Pat Bev numbers, 6-2, 5-2, 3-3. You know what I'm saying? Like I need something completely different than that this season. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that, bro. I think with him, he'll be better than any striker we currently have.
That is a fact, and this is what I keep making a point of. He's an improvement because you got Martial who can't stay fit and is not good enough, and that's it. Martial's the only senior striker we have, so I hate you.
Like we have to get another striker regardless. Like at this point, regardless of what goes on, if we could, like, because if he gets, even if just God forbid he gets hurt, Rashford up top.
Yeah, it's Rashford up top. Yeah. That's yeah. Huh?
At least we interchange a bit, right? Like you'll see them go from place to
left
place,
to right.
But we understand where he's best at. We understand
you're talking
where
about Rashford.
he gets his bread and butter. Yeah. Like you can move him, but it's like for what? I'd rather just have a player that can play beside you and give you the opportunities to make chances. So that's where I'm at with him, bro. It's like the bar is on the floor with us when it comes to the striker. Or actually, we don't even have a bar because we don't got no strikers. My apologies, people. We don't got no strikers like that. We don't got a bar.
Now you're right. There isn't no bar. We would say the bar's on the floor. There isn't, and that's why with Højlund, even though yes, I want him to come here. If it does indeed happen, because we're talking about him like he's here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But let's say hypothetically he ends up a Manchester United player this summer. Of course, I would like him to get more than 9 goals, and I think he would. But what I constantly talk about is people profile, and if you are Højlund's profile, I'm cool with that. If you are pace and power, a willing runner, what Eddie says in terms of a try hard. And I'm saying, and you're mobile, and you're technically decent, and I believe he's all those things from what I've seen and from people I've spoken to. You'll get goals. Now, how many goals is a different conversation, and how many assists is a different conversation. But you see that with a player not many of us rate, Nunes. But just because of Nunes' profile and him being a willing runner and a try-hard and being in one of the better teams in the league, he gets good. None of us are taking Nunes right now. None of us are like, yo, go get Nunes from Liverpool right now. But because he's a willing runner, I swear, did he not get, 15 goals across all comps? I put it this way, he outscored João. If you put him in that team and you put João Felix in that team, you know what I'm saying? Who's scoring more goals, people? Now we know who the better player is. Play them both as a 9 for a season and see. Put Nunes, flip it. Put Nunes in that Chelsea side. That same one João Felix was in. Guarantee you he getting more than 4 and 20. Just because of his willingness to be a willing runner. Rashford does it. Obviously to a high level. I'm going to say that, people. I'm talking about profile. Because Rashford is pace and power, a willing runner, technically decent and can finish. and just complete, just like Eddie says, try hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a disrespect. You want them in your side. He's going to get opportunities. You're going to get, when you're in one of the better teams, you're going to get opportunities. And that's what it is with, what's it called? With Hoyland. This is why all the time, anyone who's watched me for any significant amount of time, anytime we're linked to a player, I always say, what's his profile like? Who's he similar like to in the Premier League? Not in terms of skill, but in terms of how they play. I've heard like Hassam's made the joke of like, oh, Hoyland's just a B-Tech Haaland. Right, if he's half as good as Haaland, get him in today. If he's half as good as Haaland, get him in
like
today.
That's a problem.
Like that's a problem. If he's a B-Tech, so he's the same. So he's not of the level of Haaland, but he's the profile. All right, yeah. I'll run that risk. At 60 M's, I'll run that risk, considering, like Eddie said, it's not the bars, not on the bars on the floor. We have no bar because we still need another striker on top. So yeah, that's what it is. And to Indian Guna and a couple others, like I said, tomorrow, well, technically today, people, midnight, you will get, no, sorry, not midnight, 10:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m. UK time. That's for all you Arsenal fans. So if any Arsenal fans in the chat who want to talk Arsenal, we cater to all fans on here, people, in particular the big six teams. So if you want to talk all things Arsenal, 10:30 p.m. today. I'm saying that's the Manchester United Arsenal show with my Don. Myself and my Don Cam, who is an Arsenal fan, like you and Ian Guna and others, and J-Dub. So large up Cam, and he'll be here talking all things Arsenal. You can go check it out right now. It's the playlist is right there, people. ManDem United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast. Right there for you.
You know what's crazy?
Fans. Go on, fam.
You're doing it while the Arsenal Manchester United game will be on.
Oh, is it during that? That'd be great. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I suppose it gives us something else to talk about as well. I may even try to find it then. If it's on during, I might even try to find it just to watch it during.
Yeah, it's on ESPN. It's gonna be on ESPN.
Yeah, it'll be on something over here, UK wise then. It'll be on something I can find. Yeah. Plug in this charger as well. Continue to bump up the likes as well, people. We're now 4 short of 7,255. Bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up bump up the subscribers and the likes. We're at 49 likes. One more. Get us up to 50 likes, people. Hit the subscribe button. Please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. And yeah, just the Indian Guna, J-Dub, any other Arsenal fans in the chat. There is a playlist for all the shows I'm talking about. Same for any Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, Liverpool fans. If you want to find, you know what I'm saying, your tribe, your home, there's a show there for you, so you can hear all about your club. AG says whatever our starting front three is, they need to each get double figures for league goals, combined 45 plus goals. Let me think about it. Say Rashford, if Rashford, because if I suppose that's fair. Say Rashford gets 25, the centre forward gets 10, and the winger gets 10. That's 45. That's not a lot. I think he's right. That's not a lot to ask. It's not a lot to ask, because you mentioned the numbers of Anthony and Sancho, because I was listening in terms of like I said Pat Bev numbers, but they need to do more. But I don't think getting 25. Yeah, I don't think 25, 10, and 10 is a lot to ask. I really don't. You know what the crazy part is? I'm more confident in Rashford getting 25 than Anthony or Sancho getting 10. That's mad.
Crazy.
That's mad.
But that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at.
That's mad, yo. That's crazy.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. We lost games because we could not score goals, not because we couldn't defend.
Yeah, true. True. Now you're right. Like, and that's crazy to think. Cause I'm like here talking like scoring 25 league goals is easy, and it's not. But it's like I trust in Rashford to do that. I'm hoping he replicates it and has even the season he had this season just gone, or even better season. I need him to put it back to back. Like that's what it is. Like Haldane says, Rashford, Greenwood, and Martial had 60 goals between them. We need that number back. Hey, I'm with you, Haldane, but give me 45. Just give me 25, 10, and 10. And then like you got your Garnachos and Sanchos, added like backing that up and adding goals as well. And then that will get you towards the 50 and the 60. But everyone got to do better. 100%. And we need two strikers, because it can't just be on Hoyland to come in and get 50, 10, 15 goals. And then if he gets injured, we're back to square one with no bar. That's unfair on him. Like, and that's unfair on Ten Hag. And that's just unfair on the entire team. Go get two strikers. I go, because our midfielders ain't really going to score goals. But we need more from them. I don't know how many goals Bruno got, but we need more from him in terms of goals. I can't believe I'm saying that because GNA was his bread and butter. But I know he's playing from a deeper role. But we need more goals from you, Mount. We need more goals from you. I'm not saying
he missed his fair share of chances. He missed his fair share of chances too now. So yeah, you're on the money. You're on the money.
Let me actually check. I'm gonna see how many goals he actually scored last season in the league because I actually don't know. 1 second. Because Bruno's he's 28 going on 20. He'll be 29 in September. Let me have a look.
Shout out Kings Mono. I hope I said.
Yeah, he got 8 goals last season. He got 14 in total. Like, see that 14 overall don't sound too bad, but 8 is not enough from 37 games.
Yeah,
like we need like 4 or 5.
Especially for how they talk about you.
Hey, fam. Hey. Actually, we'll go there. Speaking of how they talk about, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Bruno Fernandes, he is now, I think he's been made the official captain, but that's been the talks anyway. Thoughts on that?
Yeah. It is what it is. Like, we know who they listen to. I bet you Casemiro went to that English tutor just so we know shit don't go south this season. I tell you that much. We know who they listen to. If I had to put the pecking order, though, I'd say Cas, Varane, then Bruno. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Because, you know, people get it. And I think you said it eloquently a lot of times. Like, y'all make too much out of this captain thing sometimes. Yeah. Like, it's been watered down. It's been watered down. Just like the 7 been watered down. Like the 11 got watered down by that clown. The 9 got watered down. Yeah. It's watered down now. Yeah. People care more about the personality than the roles that they're supposed to play. So for me, it can, you know, maybe it gives him a bit of confidence. Who knows? Maybe he's the type that needs that kind of, you know, push to really go for it. Hopefully it improves his game. That's all I can say, people, because, again, you're speaking to a guy who doesn't think that we can go to the highest level of where we want to be with Bruno at the helm. So when something like this happens,
when you say at the helm, what do you mean? Do you mean as him like in as the captain, or do you mean as him in central midfield? Okay. Even if we had another, even if say we get Amrabat, do you not like that, or is that too much onus on him from a creative standpoint? Would we need someone else?
No. Yeah, still, it's like, in my opinion, Bruno has to be the worst midfielder you have in order for him to be effective. Mm-hmm. So he's not better than Casemiro, but he's better than Mount.
Yep. Okay.
So, like, if it was De Jong, there you go. There's not as much responsibility on his plate, and he can still do what he does without the level of risk. So I hope he does well for us though this season, because I need him to, because I'm not dealing with the poor season from United again. I'm trying to, again, I don't deal very well with that type of situation. So, and it's going to be tough because every team has gotten better. Yeah. Right. Other than, I'd say, from where they finished, I don't think Brighton's gotten better. I don't think.
But they lost McAllister. They'll probably lose Caicedo as well.
Right. I don't think that. I think Newcastle stayed even.
Even with the Tonali signing.
Yeah, I still don't think, like, it's not like significant, right?
Okay.
Like, in my opinion, getting that goalkeeper and what we're about to get makes us significantly better.
Got you.
I think, and so I think you go to Chelsea got better, but they were on the float too. So, you know, is that really that much of an accomplishment? But you understand what I'm saying? Arsenal with the Timber signing, they got better because the right back situation had always been a sticky one for them. They signed Zinchenko. They signed Zinchenko, but everybody knew what the game was with Zinchenko. Like it's Trent Light.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not Trent. It's not the same athleticism as Trent, but it's somewhat the same creativity and same defensive liability at the same time. So yeah, people got better. We got better. Bruno has to be better for us to really be in the mix of things when it comes to trophies, even finishing top 4, which isn't an achievement, but I don't want to be out there getting embarrassed week in and week out. So
facts.
That's where I'm at with it.
Facts. Yeah, facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm with. Like, none of this getting embarrassed stuff. 110% no. Yeah, no stress. But I was just looking at the returns of the players we was talking about in regards to goals. Obviously, Mount, he only played 29. I say only, he still played 29 league games for Chelsea. No, 24, sorry. He got 3 goals. He played 35 games overall, 3 goals. Not sure how many stats, but still, that's not enough. Like in the season before for Chelsea, he scored 32. He played 32 games, scored 11 in the league, played 53 overall, got 13 goals. The season before that, he scored 6 goals in 36 appearances in the league, 9 and 54 as well. So them numbers need to go up. And it's the same with Bruno as well. Like his goal, his output needs to go up. Obviously, I want him to improve on the eye test as well, but we need more goals. We just don't get enough goals. And I don't see us. That's the biggest problem for us. Eddie said it there. Like we don't get enough goals, and I don't think we've solved that problem. Even though, as silly as it sounds, ONANA will help because of attacks. But I don't think Mount is it. I don't see us scoring significantly more goals because Mount's in the side. Really don't. I really, really don't. Because he's not going to get... Ericsson's a better passer and more creative. So I don't see that. Yeah, and I'm looking here, like, even the season before, Bruno got 10. He got 10 league goals. And he scored... Yeah, he got 10 in 46 games. So it's like, it's not... Yeah, it's just not enough. Like, we need more. Like, the season before that, like 2021, he scored 18 league goals. I know he might have been on pen, but he got 28 goals overall. Not sure how many of those with penalties. But we need more, man. If we're really trying to raise up the levels, we need more. Yeah, it's not enough. AG, the reason why I call you AG is because I can't pronounce your name. And I don't want to butcher it, so no disrespect. League goals last season, Rashford 17, Bruno 8, Sancho and Martial 6, Casemiro and Anthony 4, Garnacho 3, Fred 2. And people wonder why I say we got going challenge. Where to go? Take Rashford out, we're Chelsea. I've said this in terms of attack. Take Marcus Rashford currently out of our attack, we are Chelsea's attack. Nobody in our team, one guy in our team hit double figures in the league. Like 8 goals from Bruno's not enough. Sancho 6 goals, not enough. Anthony 4 goals, not enough. Garnacho I give a blight to. But even him actually, it's like off the bench with your attributes, you can get more goals. Obviously, I don't know how many stats that is, so I'm not going to be super tough and say, yeah, you need to bring me 10, 15 goals. But I at least want 5 in the league. Bring me 5 from Garnacho, 12 from Bruno, 12 from Mount, 20 from Rashford, 12 from Anthony. That's what it is. I want more than 10. Bring me 12s. Bring me 12s. Rashford, because you're capable, 20 in the league. Anthony, 12. Whoever the striker is, 15. I think it's fair. I'm saying Bruno, 12. Mount, 12. Garnacho, 5. Sancho, you're going to get game time. I don't even know how much game time you're going to get. Diallo, 5. Because I'm just using them to as Diallo and Garnacho as backups. So I'll say, all right, 5. And this is the league. Forget like cups. Forget FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League. I'm just talking solely league. Let's have goals all over the team. Bare minimum is the attack you should get if you're a backup player is 5. That's why I said Garnacho, Diallo, both 5. But we need more, and that's league goals. We need more. Like 110%. King Yusuf says our defenders need to score as well. It's one of them. It's on deliveries though. Like the reason why I can't get on our defenders because none of them are dominant aerially. Like if we had a defender who was dominant in the air, I'd go, you know what, you need to be scoring more goals. But like Martinez isn't like that in terms of dominant in the air as a goal threat. Where else? Varane's not really that. Lindelof's not that. Maguire's not that. So I can't really get onto them like that. So on the team, like Casemiro pitched him with goals. Like him getting 4, that's a good return.
Yeah.
I'm saying like him getting like that's a good return from your DM. I'm not looking at my DM to go, yeah, you need to be getting me goals. So if he can match that, I'll get 4 or 5. Cool. I'm saying.
It's
Cool.
called, like I said, bro. Them numbers right there on the screen are a joke.
Yeah.
I ain't know it was that bad.
That's what I'm saying. Go on, fam. Carry on.
Sancho, how the hell did Martial get 6? God is good. Casemiro and Anthony on 4. Casemiro, that's fine. Anthony, that's ridiculous because I swear it was the first 3 games he scored 3 goals. And then you mean from that point on,
Yep. Say that again. You broke up a little bit. Say that last part again, fam.
No, yeah, I'm saying you only from that 3 goals in 3 straight games, you only gave us 1 more for the rest of the league year. That ain't right. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, let me see. Garnacho, hopefully he can improve. And again, if it comes down to it,
go on.
Rashford as striker, we need firepower. Like, hopefully he's improved. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm with. That's where I'm at with it. Cause, how the hell did he really only had 4 goals? I didn't know it was that people. I am shocked.
I didn't know. I knew it was bad, but when you see the numbers on the screen and you see how bad it is, like that lets you know, like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I feel sacrilegious not cooking this brother.
Yeah, it's
like, I thought it was like gonna be on the 6 second is crazy, but I mean it is what it is. 4,
5.
Oh my god!
3, and he got 3 and 3. So it's like that's why we need more. I don't know how much you caught of what I said, but I was looking at this and I'm like, we need improvements from everybody. I was like, I was like, Rashford, you scored 17, cool. I need 20 from you next season. I was like, Bruno, I need 4 more. I need 12. You know what I'm saying? I was saying Mount, I need 12. Anthony, I need 10. Garnacho, you're off the bench. I need 5. Casemiro, if you give me 4 to 5, cool. Sancho, I don't think you'll get game time. If you give me 5 to 6, cool. Same with Martial. Diallo, I'm looking the same, 5 to 6. Like that's what I'm looking for from our attackers. 110. Like there needs to be more. Assists are the same again as well. Like we need this. Everybody got a pitch in. Do I believe those things happen? No. Mine is Rashford getting 20. I don't believe that any of these players will do what I just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? We're asking Anthony to treble his output. Not double. We're saying you got 4, I want 12. I'm asking him to treble, which is a tough ask, but you're here now.
Playing for United.
You're here now. I'm asking Bruno, bring me 4 more. I'm asking him, saying, yo, I need 4 more. But hey, Mount, you're here 60 M's. I need 12. Yeah, Martial got cooked all season. I got 2 more than Anthony. No way. This is my point. Like, yo, we need more. But again, this is why we need more. This is why I'm saying talking about the attackers. Like when people say, why can't we challenge? Look at this, people. Look at this. And this is currently nothing's changed apart from Mason Mount, who's never been a goal scorer anyway. And he's never been that guy anyway. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I think people may have to see this on the screen to understand how bad it really is.
Like, I know I did. Shit. Shit, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I was out here stealing a living.
And people wonder why we get onto the attackers, fam.
Crazy.
One player got over double figures. One player got double figures.
We're not even talking about I can't even get my words out, bro. We're not even talking about cup competition.
Nah, this is just straight league.
You play how many games in the league, people?
38 games.
And y'all was just out here doing what? Man. Boy, oh my God. Yeah, let me chill. Let me chill. There might be kids watching. It is late, but they some badass kids anyway. No, so they can hear it. Type of bullshit is this? Type of bullshit is this, man? Nah, dog. It's Anthony, I'm watching you, big dog. I'm watching you, bro.
It's time.
That's crazy.
He's where I keep saying this. I look at Anthony this season, how I looked at Sancho last season, where I'm like, all right, this is your season where it's like you gotta deliver, otherwise I'm not defending you no more. Like that's it. And that's where I'm at with Anthony. Like, okay, I seen enough in the first season to go, I'll give you a second season. But if you don't deliver, it's a wrap. And yeah, Hem says here, Eddie sounds flabbergasted. Warrior J says Eddie was in shock, was in a shock. He couldn't even speak. Because like when you see the numbers on the screen, I big up to AG for posting them, you see it. Like, because I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I didn't know that we only had one player in double figures. I didn't know that in terms of in the league.
In the league, though.
Yeah. And Ibrahim, don't get mistaken, like you're not even defending it. I'm with you, Ibrahim, on this in regards to that's why I'm not completely writing him off and saying he's terrible. I'm saying I'm giving you the second, I'm giving you this season. So I still go, all right, you show me enough the first time round. So you're not even, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you, Ibrahim. I think this is a fair assessment. I never write off any player after their first season. Like I keep saying, you have to be horrific. You got to be dropping 0, 1s, and 2s out of 10s for the entire season for me to go, yeah, you're not it. And
I don't want people to think that's the case with me and him, but I didn't like,
yeah, you just didn't realize.
Like, y'all understand? Like, I say, yeah, Anthony had a good game. So I would have, like, he puts together, like, when he doesn't score, he still plays well.
He's still busy. Yeah, he's still involved. He's still busy.
Yeah. So that's why it didn't hit as hard because he was doing other things. But this right here is, man, listen. Yeah. Ain't no need for me to say more.
Yeah, it is right. And big up to Sammy. I don't even know if this is his YG, but he says United should sign YG. That YG guy is also the goal. YG, if that's you, let me know if you're about for clubs because we're jumping on. I don't even know if that's you or not, but he's talking about YG using that clubs team. He is a baller. Manchester United could definitely do with someone of his profile. Without doubt. They could. Final few questions, people, before we close out. Final few questions. And don't forget as well, this show and all the other shows on the channel, people. So all this show, all the other channels on the YouTube and on the Twitch, apart from watch-alongs and fan calling shows, are available on audio-only platforms, people. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and you can find all these podcasts in audio. We're not just a YouTube show, people. We're not just a Twitch channel. We're not just the YouTube shows. We're not just Twitch shows. They're actually podcasts. So you can get it on podcast platforms. So like I said, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. So if you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're at work, while you're on your way to work, you might be in the gym, or you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. That's absolutely, or the Twitch app. That's fine, people. I'll drop the links in the chat, but the links are underneath in the description of this live stream and all the others, because we just started brand new pages for all the audio platforms. So if you're listening on SoundCloud, Spotify, or iTunes, big up to you. But if you're on SoundCloud, make sure you hit the follow button if you have an account. Same with Spotify, hit the follow button. I mean, I know them. A lot of you lot be listening to music on Spotify. So make sure you hit the follow button and 5 stars on Spotify. And same with iTunes as well. Write us a review and 5 stars on there as well. Please make sure you do those things, people. So SoundCloud, hit us with the follow button. Spotify, hit us with the follow button and 5 stars. iTunes, the same thing. So I know the vast majority of you lot are listening to music either on Spotify or iTunes. So make sure you head over there, please. And I drop the links in the chat as well. Big up to Hem says, look forward to ONANA debut against Arsenal tomorrow. Best show on this channel. Much appreciation for the super chat, Hem. Much appreciated. Let us know where stateside you're actually watching from. You East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South, please let us know. And he said, best show on this channel. Glad you enjoy it, man. We try to cater for everybody. So I'm glad this is your favorite. If this is your favorite show, people, like his Hems, there is a playlist for it on the channel as well. So you can just go back and watch all the shows. Looking forward to ONANA's debut against Arsenal tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully he does well. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we see like what we bought him for, both from a defensive standpoint and an offensive standpoint as well. But big up for the super chat, man. Hem. Much appreciated as well. And J-Dub says, it's bedtime when you stream. I just smoke, chill to it. I'll give the SoundCloud a check. Yeah, make sure you check it out because I always upload the audio after the live stream anyway. So just hit the follow button and there for us. That's it. But yeah, him saying this is his favorite, what's it called? His best show on the channel. I don't know if you've seen that.
Nah, I appreciate that, bro. Like, we try, man. We try just to give you the real. You feel me? So, yeah, I saw you put the Dinero in there, so I know you stateside. Let us know.
Yeah, Eddie just broke up them, but yeah, he's saying the same as me.
And listen, people. we're playing against Arsenal tomorrow. Okay, so don't pay attention to the timeline. Don't get too invested in it.
Yeah.
Especially if they score a goal, because we know ONANA is more than likely going to be playing. We already know what the conversation is going to be. Ramsdale would never, even though Ramsdale let one in from the halfway line. But hey,
Facts.
different strokes for different folks. But we
Facts.
move.
Smitten. Facts, fam. Facts. 110%. People, getting a bit too crazy. Getting words of the OG Norridon getting too giddy. You know what I'm saying? That's legit what it is. Getting way, way, way too giddy. And them said he's from East Bay, Cali.
What?
It's just close to you, right?
Yeah, look
It's
close.
to you.
Shout out to the real one.
Love that, man. Love that. It is for real. Let's see what else you lot are saying. And like I said, people, the links are here in the chat. You see it. The SoundCloud there on the screen, Spotify there on the screen, iTunes, and wherever else. If there's somewhere else you listen to podcasts and we're not on there, let me know and I'll make sure it gets posted, people. But it's on all the major platforms as well. Those free, Amazon podcast, it's on there. Google Podcasts, it's on there as well. Trying to get onto iHeart as well, but the form was messing up. Let's see what else. I think that's everything. Actually, I think there's one more that we missed. Hold up. Hem also says United entered talks with Benfica for Ramos. Who would you take, Højlund or Ramos? I'd personally go Højlund just because of the profile. I only seen Ramos in the World Cup though, so I've watched him a handful of times. So this is just straight profile. I just prefer the person who's more pace and power and more mobile. That's just me. What are you saying, fam?
Both of them.
You saying we do need two strikers? Don't get mistaken.
Both of them. In a perfect world, both of them. If I had to choose one, I'm gonna go with the proven commodity, somewhat more proven, but hey, still be questions about him. So honestly, I'd probably still go Holland. I'd probably still think about it. I know I've said what I said about him, but I'd probably still go Holland. He's younger and he's the manager's first choice. So, and you know what I feel like that is? I feel like that's just us playing games with PSG because with the Atlanta Benfica. Because they put what the Holland plays for Atlanta, right?
Oh yeah, Atlanta. I thought you were talking about Ramos. My bad. Go on.
No. I'm saying because the shit that PSG is in talks. So I feel like we were like, oh well, yeah, we're in the talks for Ramos. Then yes, that's some bullying tactic. Nothing too big to make out of it.
Yeah, not affairs, but I'm with you in regards to two strikers is needed, people. Like it has to be much more than just a Højlund or just a Ramos. Go get two strikers, man, because we have no bar. It's not the bars on the floor. We have no bar. But anyways, people, we are going to close out this show. If the ManDem United podcast is your favorite show on the channel, people, you get it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday, people. So Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 4:30 p.m. And then Fridays is normally 10:30 p.m. All those are UK times, people. So 4:30 p.m. is Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and then 10:30 p.m. on the Fridays. But anytime there's a time change, I'll always update it. So you have to do just refresh the schedule, and it's all there as well, which I will be updating over the next week as well. But let's bump up these likes. We've gone over 60 likes, so salute to you lot. We're at 7,251 subscribers, so we did go over the subscriber mark as well. So just continue to support people.
Yes, sir.
And big up to everyone watching live. Big up everyone watching back. Shout out everybody who's listening on the audio platforms. To King Yusuf, I'm legit trying to get the numbers in regards to the Twitch. And what I also do as well, no, I'm giving you a lot of information, but you all very intelligent people in the chat, so you can take it on board. I know this. There ain't no dummies over here except Ryan, people. So I know you lot can take the information on board. On anytime we go live on the Twitch, so whether it's pro clubs, fan calling show, watch alongs when the season starts back, members Q&As, whatever it may be, I'll post it on the community page here on the YouTube, people. So make sure you check out the community page here on the YouTube, because I'll always post whenever we're live on the Twitch on there for you lot to get over for the boxing show, for example, etc. But Eddie, anything else you want to add before we do indeed close out? I don't even know if he's there. Yo, Eddie, you there?
Yeah, my fault. Appreciate everybody tapping in. I'm having technical difficulties all over the place, but nah, man, I always enjoy these. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all leave a like and subscribe on the thing, man. Get this up to 10K. That's from my dog. He deserve it and more. So let's do it, people.
Yeah, man. Love to everyone who's locked in. It is we are gonna get to 10K. Is we just got another sub. It is rolled to 8,000 subscribers. So we gonna get there. But like I said, people just continue to support. We're gonna continue to bring you lot content as well, all the way to the start of the season. And then once the season starts, into overdrive, people. So you get all your Manchester United watch-alongs here, Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. And then all the non-Manchester United Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup games will be over on the Twitch as well, people. And then what I'm going to do is you lot will get fan calling shows on Saturdays and Sundays after games, people. So for instance, on Saturday, you'll get the fan calling show. If there's a big, like there's certain bigs happen, whether it's the 12:30 game, the 3 p.m. game, or the late game, 8 p.m. I do a fan calling show if there's certain big to talk about. Same on the Sunday, it'll be slightly earlier, like 7 p.m. So say, for instance, United are playing Arsenal on the Sunday at 4:30, for example. I'll do a fan calling show on the Twitch at 7. It won't be every week. But like I said, some weeks it'll be Saturdays, some weeks it'll be Sundays, some weeks it'll be neither, some it'll be both. I'm always trying to provide you lot with content. So kind of like just a fan calling show straight after. So people can get things off their chest on that day, wherever it may be. And it's not just Manchester United related as well, people. So you can feel free to call in regards to that. Because I was trying to figure out where to put fan calling shows. And I was like, let's just start doing it after games on the weekend. So that's what I'm going to start doing for you lot at the start of this season. But love to everyone who has locked in. Theo says, flawless, check out ONANA's interview on Player Tribune, Bleacher Report, Rags to Riches. I will have to big up to Theo. Gavin says, sorry I'm late. Big up my bro. It's all good, man. You lot, people be busy. It's all good, Gavin. You're here now. I know you've hit the like button. I know you've already subscribed, so you can just watch the show back after. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.